Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another Kershaw Discontinued piece. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Kershaw Spec Bump, 1596. Now, we have to understand something about Kershaw. These knives are, at the time when these knives were released, there was no ZT, so and I really don't believe there was that much interest in steels or anything like that. But the knife world at this point in time was now changing. They were changing more into more high-class folders, more, I guess, I want to use the word artsier folders. And that's what they did here with the Kershaw Spec Bump. Now, this knife is designed by Ken Onion, who between 1998 and 2009, he was the premier knife maker for Kershaw at the time. So let's go ahead and take a look at this piece. Let's get into it. This is the Kershaw Spec Bump 1596. As I said, it is designed by Ken Onion, and the knife is... It's not a liner lock, and it's not a frame lock. It's what's called a stud lock, and there's a stud lock right there. Basically, you take this piece here, and you push down. It's got a spring in it, as you can see. You push it down, and the knife will close. So it operates, it has a dual capacity in the sense that it pretty much allows you to deploy the knife, and it locks the knife in place. And it is also a flipper as well. As you can see, there's the flipper. It's a push button flipper, so basically you just push on it, and then it'll fly open. It's a spring assisted blade. I am not sure if this knife has what's called 2 torsion bars in it, which is a little spring inside the knife. It feels like it's got 2 of them, one on each side, but I'm really not sure. But it sure feels that way because the spring on this is very, very snappy. Real snappy, and the thing pops out super quick. So it's a stud lock, and it was an innovation in knives that they never used anymore, simply because it has a lot of blade play. I've actually tightened mine up a little bit, but people were complaining that the knife did have a lot of blade play. The steel on it is S30V steel. It's got a recurved blade. I've never seen a blade shape like that where it's sort of curved or recurved the way it is. The entire handle is made of G10. It's got a black starburst pattern on it and a black wash pocket clip. So the knife is, again, the action on it is incredible, but unfortunately there's a slight blade play. I don't have blade play on mine anymore, but people were complaining the knife did have a lot of blade play on it. And, again, it's at a time when Kershaw was experimenting with different types of locking mechanisms, different types of deployment. They wanted to find out what works, what didn't work. They wanted to see what would catch people's eye. The knife also has a lock on it right here to keep the knife from ejecting, which is kind of interesting because you don't see that too often on spring-assisted knives anymore. It seems to be going away, but at this time they actually put a lock on it, and you'd push the lock up. It's basically just a screw, as you can see, and you can screw that in there, and it'll tighten it up or loosen it up any way you wish. But the way it worked was you would take the screw right here, and you push it up, and then the blade won't come out. And, of course, if you wanted to eject it, you just push it back down, and then there you have it. It's a very slim knife, so let's go ahead and take a look at this knife and put it up against some other knives that you may know. The blade is 3.5 inches, in case I forgot to mention that. Let's put it up against the Kershaw ZT801. And let's put it up against the Spyderco Swiss Bowie. Okay. And the brand new ZT-0609, which I did a video on a couple of weeks ago. That one's getting quite a lot of views, over 400 now. So there you go. So as you can see, it is a large knife. I guess the beginning of a large knife. It's a 3.5 inches. It's a 3.5 inch blade. The knife is made in the USA, as all Kershaws are at the time. They made a pretty interesting point to make sure that it is made in the USA. You can see imprinted on the pocket clip, USA. You don't normally see that anymore on the pocket clips. It is just a fantastic piece. Now, at the time, this knife was going for, I believe it was right around $69.99. This knife has since then jumped up in price. You can purchase this knife now on eBay anywhere from $125 to $250, depending on whether it's brand new in a box or not. So any of you collectors out there that are looking for something, you know, a collectible piece, this is definitely one I would try and grab. Is very well sought after. The reason I consider this a fantastic collectible piece, because as you can see, it's the beginning of a ZT knife. Zero tolerance knives. This knife kind of mimics all of the things that ZT is. It's big, it's bulky, you know, just an all-around hard, hefty blade. So you could see the direction that Kershaw was going in. This may have been one of the knives that inspired Zero Tolerance to come out in 2012. I don't know. It sure seems that way. So anyway, there you have it. The Kershaw Spec Bump by Ken Onion. And for all you knife nuts out there, I hope you like what I do. Maybe click on the channel down there. Click on like and subscribe. Like, subscribe, and share. I really hope to get your opinions on it. I really do hope to see some comments, more comments on my videos. And this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, hoping that you'll find happiness in your next piece of sharp art.